Living in London, I've not actually seen many of the Union flag and English flag supposedly hanging from lampposts. But I had two trips recently where I was surprised by the number. I drove up the M1 motorway and pretty much every bridge had flags on it. I drove along an A road and every bridge had flags on it. I took a flight from Heathrow and I was surprised how many flags have been hung on the way to Heathrow. But for some reason, the English flag is seen by some as an icon of racism and hate. And I've got to say, I can't understand it. As I went down there, I didn't think I must run a flag up at home. I certainly didn't think I must dislike people where it's not their flag. It's the national flag. What's the problem with waving the national flag? Well, it seems in Birmingham, the dysfunctional, failed state that is their council, who's basically bankrupt because they didn't pay their staff fairly, according to a court. Well, they've barely been able to collect a bin bag for a year. All those videos online of rats the size of hats. Yet, boy, they can swing into action and resolve the scandal, the risk of national flags waving. What I find funny about this is that a council that can't pull its finger out of its backside to do what it's paid to do, what it exists to do, can deal swiftly and efficiently with an expression of pride in the nation in which that city sits. There is something dangerous about the English flag. Whilst the Gazan flag can fly proudly everywhere, as though we live in Gaza, as I would say as though we live in the Arab world, but the Arab world have never given two hoots about the Palestinians. And the pride flag, well, it's quite rare to see a council building that isn't both under a pride flag and festooned with pride symbology and staffed by people with pride coloured lanyards. Yet for some reason the English flag puts the structure of those lampposts at risk. There is a danger to the public in having a pride flag. Oh no, it's not the pride flag, is it? It's the English flag that's a problem. And at the same time as roundabouts, it's outrageous that roundabouts are painted look like an England flag. Yet, isn't it those same councils that paint rainbow crossings? So it's okay to have a multicoloured crossing, which horses don't like to walk across. So it's certainly a danger to those horses. But it's totally unacceptable to have a roundabout that's in two colours. Let's face it, this is nothing to do with safety. This is to do with a self-loathing of the British people and the British identity, and a desire to demean and submit that flag. They don't want the British flag flying because they're worried that people might be proud of it and they think that's disgusting. Well, this is an ideological problem with the national flag. And we all have differences with our flags. And we all have concerns with our country, wherever you're from. If you think your country is the best in the world, in every single aspect, I'm afraid you're wrong. There's always something that someone else does better. But telling the British people that they can't be proud of their flag is a road to disaster. Because anyone who looks at history can easily find plenty of things that the English and British have done that were wrong and bad. They can also find plenty of things that were right. And frankly, look around the room you're sitting in, and most of that room is built on thought and science that came from Britain. Pride in your nation isn't negative. Jingoism leads to negative things. But pride doesn't. If every other country in the world can be proud and wave their flag in Britain, there's something structurally wrong with your thought process and philosophy if the British people can't wave their flag. And maybe Starmer would do well to come out a bit more clearly and to tell the councils like Birmingham to have some sense.